Well, I think this is working. Good evening, folks. It's at 21:07 on the 14th day, 5th month, 2023. I don't need a calculator for this. I was doing some distances earlier. I had to try to do some determinants about a motion of air, and it's going to be moving across Antarctica. And this is kind of a test stream. I want to see how it looks, and I might have to find my phone. That they'll do a test on that, but just to give you an idea of something that's going on in the weather plan over the next 3 to 5 days is going to directly affect South End, and I imagine North Lakes and Red Cliff, places that I've lived a bit, and I have stamped around, you know, where I've seen some of these views of these bridges, such as this, So these places mean more much to me, as I said that there was a possibility of them doing a spinner off this coast. All the dynamics were going to be kind of yielding that. And even zooming across over here to New Zealand, I'm starting to see not again most pleasant sights showing up. But over the next 24 hours to 36 hours or so, you got to get a good break over here. You should take good advantage of it and be very conscious of the slips and the slidings and the aways of it all. And well, when it comes to the fuck around, we often find out, don't we? Yes, we do. And there's lots of different tales of what's coming, but I'll tell you here, in about 12 days from now, you're going to have the impact of what's going to come from Australia and the impact for what this has done to you. Would you look at the girl? Bzzz, getting fried. They're playing with their toys, folks. They're playing with them hard. And so I've done some screenshots of this in case it had disappeared. But boy, did you have the eyes of Moloch looking at you down here in Antarctica. It's left a big corridor here for what moisture that's here now won't be able to come down. It's going to get trapped in a pocket of EMF here. A big straight line here to a lot of this moisture. And when you get a little feedback, if everything's looking all right and stuff, somebody types something, I'm going to go back and have a glance because I can't quite see where I set my phone down because I had absolutely planned to do a quality check by like I was a viewer. Where did I sit it down? I had one of those moments where I some-timered myself. That's right, I'm going to rely on you guys to do that for me while I continue. It's really good to get back live. I've been feeling like you know what I mean. So this is going to have a lot of effect on your weather here. And in this corridor here, there's a beam that's popping out this direction in front of this one. It's created a pinch point of moisture here that's going to form kind of a V shape. Now watch as I move this along. Might have to... Bzz, bzz, bzz. That was... I got a couple views of this that I had up. I have it really zoomed. One of them I went back like to where this one ended. I have to go to this one here. I'd have to go to the 72s. And you'll see the full extent of the manipulation of the ionosphere by using large atmospheric heaters. And you got a ship out here. You absolutely, no doubt in my mind, do you have a ship out here? See where the square is starting? Right here. See if I can keep it on screen. We'll pop you forward. Boom. Nucleation's beginning in the V formation. Seeing a curve start to form here. It's going to impact all the way down to New Zealand. Yeah, I sat and watched Mimic for a very long time. This is where along the lines where some of the quakes that have occurred in the last 72 hours. See here the timestamp here for the 5th. And this is in UTC my time. As soon as New Zealand, that would nearly be midnight or midnight 01 on the 6th. See the nucleation? All from start. That ain't a glitch. You're not just facing the sun the whole time if you're having a solar storm and it's taking hours and hours and hours and days. That's a sweep. A sweep movement. And it's not too sweet to watch the sweep. And you see that dot right there? Who's it pointing at there? Exactly, one of your Tiger radars. Anybody who knows about the SuperTAR network. I see very active usage of them now, blocking up this river of moisture that was supposed to have come over to Antarctica. Will now have nowhere to go. It's going to back up. It's going to come visit you later. This is a bad setup. A very bad setup. The beam continuing pulsate to move and activate it more into this direction. More subtle on that one, timestamp in that there. Is still on the 5th, so it was only 3 hours later. The microwave door's been in and open, and you've been in it. Yes, you no longer have to go to the showers. They give you geoengineered showers, and the microwave has come to you. No more Zyklon B for you folks. You get the Zyklon bzzz, getting fried. Oh, the Oscanization of it all. My. So it's going to really be affecting your weather coming up. And I've got some good sat viewings coming from you, and I'm going to look at commentations. How's the feed look? Will I look at the Bengal Bay? I'll do it right now before I forget, my friend. So far, nobody's complaining too much, so let's do this. All right, now I'm going to have a quick look over the Bay of Bengal because, man, there's some deadly shit going on up here. At about the best views I can give you right now. So I'm going to give this thing its let's just go to what they say is going to happen. But I can tell you what's going to happen. That storm I said was coming is coming. It's going to come into the bay. It came in up this way. The cold air coming down from the mountains now from the cooling effect of the evaporation is going to cause some waves to come back down here. It's going to really impact these islands over here. So watch this, what's coming. Yeah, I already had you loaded. I had a good look before you were in my mind. So watch this. Satellite-wise, I don't have too much imagery. I didn't load the Himawari 8 on you. But yeah, you got a deadly situation unfolding here as these storms from the mountains come down. But look for the gold and stuff behind the big boulders out there through this valley. I don't know if you folks are aware of how much food is growing through here. And everything here that falls through here drains here. I'm going to show you something. Look at this, Dev. Look at this on the 10s. Okay? Everything that comes through here, this is a bread basket. But yeah, get your gemstones. Man, this is bad. It's very bad. It's going to be a no-go travel zone. In the 3s even. It's very bad where I'm pointing. I told you I've already been looking. And it starts these streams swelling up. That all come right toward here. It all drains here. And the storms themselves are actually going to be bringing waves down on top of the floodwaters that are going to be draining down. This is a very deadly situation that's unfolding for Bangladesh. It's unfolding for Myanmar. And a lot of the moisture is going to get scattered over Thailand. And some of these places are also going to get devastated. So heads up, the monsoon season is all the time now. Yeah, so there's I told you I'd have a quick look for you. And as far as I haven't done a asshole worldviews yet, and so I'm going to have a glance. Anybody doesn't know me, my shows are not for children. They're not supposed to hear that we're being killed by the people we're supposed to be trusted. They're supposed to hear we're making a better world, and let's just keep it that way. And if children could stay children and not be sexualized and be kids again, that would be nice. That's right. So I'm going to zoom in over here to the man-made weather area that I was already looking at one point. Look at all the chem out here. Look at it on the low deck, high deck. Yeah, they took the high road, the low road, and it's a low blow for all when they attacked these beautiful people in these mountains here. My God, what they do to you guys. And it's all hazed out. No sunshine. It's gone. So these outlying islands here are going to get the tides coming in and the rivers running out. So it's a deadly situation for out here is developing over the next. It's actually an underway event. Yeah, wow. Well, this is our mother, folks. We're all here. You live on your mother's back. Do you want to be a parasite or you want to help it? Only you can decide. When you look at the greenness areas of the world, you would think Australia would be kind of green, right? It looks all burned out. It looks all just used up. They burned them out some years ago, and the forests have never recovered. They're droughted out some areas, even though they've had all these rains. You wouldn't know it, would you? And this combination of it all, as I look over here near what's this unfortunate place called Forbes. You like the magazine. You couldn't make my point any better. If all the chem bombs over here, the Cape Cowards of it all in the sky. You get whole rivers in the sky that are only being held alive by particulates that man put there. Man that's greedy, philanthropist. This isn't your car exhaust. This isn't your cow farting. This is a philanthropist over at Tullamore. It's all over the whole world. In New Zealand, I know you're curious. You want to see yourself from above. You know, when I zoom back, could you even see New Zealand and from the world from space? You wouldn't know you existed. They put so much chem over your asses. Look, you have to go way in there. You'll see this. You'll start to see like the Mars bar look, right? Before it got the chocolate there, the M&M mounds. Well, Nestle's got its fingerprints on a lot of water. Yeah, I didn't want those coordinates shown. See the ripplers? The Rippler. Da-na-na-na-na. The storms are just not fizzling out fast enough for me, I'll tell you that. Look at the EMF signature pointing a great big V in this direction here over outside of Auckland and all these this horrendousness. Let's see how Fuhhhhried is. This is how you pronounce Fuhhhhried. WH in New Zealand is an F. And so just for your, this is really is a, and it's not a fucking cat Annie. Your cat Annie, and there's the elephant's nose and its ears in the Imaginarium. You're never going to unsee that. And they got a volcano over here called White Island. If it does its steam regular enough with all this action going on, you guys are in trouble. I haven't seen enough earthquakes in the last 36 hours that would be indicative of all the EMF I'm showing, of all the beams that I'm seeing going on, of all of the fuckery that has been allowed to continue because we let it. You see it's sweep, and it's moving in the right direction. It put all the energy towards your island. Hello, Tiger Network. Used much? Hello, out here, ship in the middle of nowhere. Hello, Harp, just not minding your own business this time. I didn't see a single tickle come from there. It all came from up in this direction. Parking near the equator, you can hit both sides much easier than this trying to go over the curve that radio waves rely upon and have to have receiver stations to get around. Round, get around, coming around, yeah, came around, came, them coming clowns. The coming clowns and making your clouds. And they say they're our friends while we get bent. Bomb, 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 coming a bomb. Bomb, bomb, boom, 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 plume, 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 bomb, bomb, came a bomb, they're coming bombs. It's just falling out. It's falling out, bomb, bomb, all on your mom. It's falling out. The chem bombs on your mom. And they're burning your lawn. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boom, 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 coming a bomb. And it's going to be ruining up the days. And your weather plan is as follows. Back to Australia. Back in the world. Oh yeah, I was going to show you just how bad you was fucked up here. Like, watch. Boom, bada boom, boom, boom. As it cascades back over the ocean, that big sweep coming down is actually the force of that's going to drive a wake of water down the swollen river of this valley and create an absolute devastating scene that can be used by our oppressors to say, hey, look, your cow farted and did that. Meanwhile, the oppressors' dance of the land grab barons goes on as what they want is you gone and your stuff left behind for them to picture and decide what is treasure and trash. And whether your treasure or trash should be decided by the measure of your worth and what you've accomplished. And you're looking over here about the 18th. You're having a really bad time, my friend, over here. And, well, this should be about Western Bengal, and it's just such a sad thing to even have to think about of what those people might have to be going through. As these amounts of rains that have parked over the top here, parking totals like this, have sat there for 4 and 8 hours each time, dripping 10 centimeters and 12 centimeters in a half of a day. It's just not a handle. And Vietnam, they ain't forget about you. I'm telling you that the owning of the weather is just so devastating. Yeah, devastating. So, I'm going to zoom over here now. After what the 10 days says, I told you there was another behind this. I told you. It had to. The dynamics of the pressure say so on the 10s. It had to happen. It did a spit. They're not agreeing its exact location is going to be on the 10, but every one of them says, New Zealand's fucked. It's really, really fucked. And so we're going to be vigilant about that and just see how just fucked we are. Maybe you guys cut a deal with the IMF or something. You're not quite as fucked. Storms start to dissipate. Who knows? Maybe the gold company got denied a claim and the fire season begins early. Rabbit season, fire season, storm season, flood season, fire season. Take your freedom land back. It's your birthright. What they're flooding out in the 5 days here along that I'm looking here along a beautiful part of the world that I've been blessed to have stood in the undamaged forests. Before they were burned out, but I still had the animals that are now going quiet. When the little birds go away, a little piece of your heart loses something in the morning, I think. So let's go through the forecastations of the fuckery, of what the weather plan has to say, that it would be so easy for MSN to tell you. We're still streaming. I'm going to do some peaks now and again. Yes, you were smashed, says Michelle, so I'm good. I'm glad to see that's going on still. Going on. In New Zealand, I'm going to give you a separate, okay? I'm going to turn off the pressures, but I'm going to leave the wind. Why? Because surfer people have got to know where the fun is. Where the fun is. Right there. Right now. Right now. There's surf tomorrow. That's a little bit ahead. Sorry about that. Let me turn off some of this. They're loading nice and quick. Thank you, landlord and lad upstairs, for helping sort the internet. And may the blessing upon your house. Oh, look at it coming. Here she comes. Hits the cold pocket in the trough. Got a tropical camping. It looks kind of like where they're planning this path here, huh? Kind of like planning a path. You know, nothing for you, no soup for you. So the chem Nazi says, no chem for you, plenty for you. Here, I have extra lashings there. You don't even have to ask for the bread there. Oh my God. Would you look at the guilt of this? All the radar waves here. Yes, jeez. Sheesh. What? Australia, welcome. The entire East Coast that you would... This is everything you would want to visit in your entire life's dream. Stolen! How dare they? Well, they swallow the streams and kill the dreams, and your house be floating away in the northern rivers. Never again without a warning from me. Actually didn't then either. You see how quick this marches through? And the camera go marching along. They say, wrong, it's wrong. And then you get men on the beach wearing thongs. It's wrong. If you have a penis, you are a man. So stand up, I can act one again. So the chem bombs won't be marching away with someone's home. Oh my, this is as she's steaming along. The nightmare for every street. Here she comes on the floor. Oh, where's this schmackaroo? How many tendrils did they split? You're lucky I had one. That'll be a comeback round. They ain't wasting that chem. What's the pressure sitting at that thing? That pressure says, it's doing a dance. Where's the low dark? That's nothing on 90. It's got to be down here. They're all leaning. They're all leaning. Where you at? That's so far, 564 so far as the low dark. Hell, let's turn off some of this. I just want to see chest pressures. Oh, it's cold down here, huh? Make a snowball in here. So far, that's the low dark in the southern hemisphere. It's not particularly low. That is. Okay, so far, that's the lowest. Where is it at? Africa. On its way. So all these will kind of feed towards that, right? This will get a kind of a pull. Like you see going on here. There'll be a trap. Where's the trap? There's a trap! Where's the pressure trap? Right here. All right, there's the black. Super low dark. That's a dangerous storm out there. You wouldn't want to be going around the horn. That time right there in Thursday. I'll tell you that. There's going to be some high surf. It's going to kind of push against Antarctica there and stall a bit. Might cause it to go over. Big beam will pop that right over the pole in no time flat. To meet a moisture band, it's already over here. Create a corridor 5 days from now. 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the pressure look like? What do you got? Where'd she go? Boy, are you fucked. They've created a laminar flow of cold air pocket that's going to meet the tropical flow here probably about the 26th. All the way from over here. It's going to take beams like this to do it. Great big ones. And it was big. If I zoom this down, give you a whole world. If I switch views on it, you might see it went up by over Africa quite a bit. So let me change domains here. I give you a domain. Stop teasing. What we got here is zoom down. I'm actually sitting on my bed, so it's kind of wearing my arm out a bit. So I'll have to work on my comfort level. But I'm so comfortable to be able to give a video. We're going to go 72 back. See the first splash. The flash! This is unacceptable. I'd rather eat my vegetables growing in my garden without poison at all. Be right around here. Ready to belly wrap. Anything coming along this has to be directed over Antarctica. Anything in this corridor here backs up. This will meet that here. That's what this image tells me. As soon as I seen that, I knew what was going to happen. It should not occur there, but flatter here as the edge of the beam itself. And it tells me the guiding line. It's a hell of a blast. They're playing with their toys. The eye of Moloch's looking right at you. Don't blame the bird for how it's being used. Never blame the dog for the bite. And here's pulse, 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 pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. None. Overlapping beam. Right here. Vaporize. Pulse. Pulse. And I'll go over to the other one. Right? So watch, this is how I do my beam analyzing. So change domains again and go back. Global. Hey, you want this one? Here, have fun. Have a look. Use it all. Have it, have it, have it, have it all. Please, inspire somebody. Somebody use this today, maybe 5 years from now. I'll be watching you. Why, next Mike Morales is out there somewhere. Find yourself. Here's that. Here's Mimic. Here's Chef View. Have it. This is Windy. To use what I use and show you have to have premium services. For every email I use, I have to have one. Actually, I've got paid for 3 of them so far. That's right. I don't know if I'm using my phone or not. Here you go. Have it. That's Windy that I use, but you gotta buy it. And in Mimic, well, good luck learning to read this. I'll never teach it again. Just pay attention to me. It's too complicated. Give me about 5 hours to get my head around it today. Hey, this is an asshole worldview. Get 1 image a day. Updates a bit. The Oz image updates sooner. So this will be this half of the world. You might get your image earlier. I used to have a New Zealand link to it. It gave me theirs early. It was nice. And so I could show it. Action needed. It still get the low frame rate thing. Right, go back to where he was. I was doing a pressure read. That has to meet there. Long term, you guys got pressure block over eyes. Nothing can form but up here. Just doing a read. You can get a dip down spit off that could come in the middle. Probably about 25th here, riding in this direction. Coming in right from over here. Most likely. So I expect beamings from X-Smith in the corridor up through the glitchy, geez, with a wicked glitch loves to vacation. Had to be up here heating. And creating a corridor here in the Perth to do a circle. Boom, boom, pulse. You don't have much radar around up here except one out Mount Isa. It's not much to show today, as I went and looked already. As far as long-term tropics moisture is concerned, after the 10s that they allow me to see here, pressure is all I need to look at now. I already know what the beam's backed up the river. I already know that this is being divin down again, like a diver. But it's not as pronounced towards this side of the Samoas, so that's told me she's going to do the Queensland corridor more and send more stuff towards the tropic. I also know that this has come down and created a cool air flow because of the evaporation effect. Evaporation is a cooling process. Just write that down. You'll pass that question in a science test. And so based on the evaporation it's going to be in these places after the rain starts, I take that into account. It forms an instant lull. And the flow itself of the water moving, depending on the eddies it forms, it could be positive or negative ions or both. If you can get a continual eddy in one direction, you can predict the ionic discharge pretty well. Ooh, ionic discharge. Yeah, it sounds good. Huh? Have you had an ionic discharge? Have you turned your ioni on level number 2 yet, setting, and had a good night's sleep yet? Yeah, my friends are telling me what I've been telling them. Yeah, I like hearing it too. Good night's sleep is hard to get, but it's easier than an ioni in your pocket, I'll tell you that. Yeah, telling my personal experience, I don't have any medical degree other than the same one as Bill Gates has. Oh, would you look at the Gilt on Tassie? Yeah, you get a little wetlands. Do you have any snow? If you are asking on the 10s, there's only one area is the typical fjord lands and down here to the highlands of New Zealand where I expect it. Beautiful snow-capped pictures of the mountains here or now, ready for your postcards to view as the tourist sees it is open. You could see Slash, but not quite Guns N' Roses down there in the valleys. What a fucking shame. You know, the people weren't even told to fight people that cut down the logging industry couldn't even take the extra stuff home. at the burn and use. What a disrespect to a forest. You're going to hear more about that from me coming up. Do you think that's bad or what? Does that look like testicles? Doesn't that thing I said suck testicles? They wouldn't even let you cut a forest down, disrespect all the logs. I wondered why there's so many of the logs that ripped through and destroyed at Hawke's Bay and in the Esk Valley were clean cut. Like they actually used the machines that cut the logs from the big ones that are indiscriminate, that don't even shake the tree first and just cut it down as sort of raccoon jumps out the tap or whatever that you see in some countries. Yeah. But I digress. No, I don't. I'm just moving forward toward I don't like bad things. That's just a bad thing. Bzzz, getting fried. I'm telling you, there's the other view of it now. And so I'll back up down to the nitty gritty of the whole nasties. Bzzz. And you had a great big blast went right through here. And I went over it in the very beginning of the video. So as long as that stuff's going on, you're going to have these weather manipulations. You're going to have these huge highs created by the EMF flows that follow the lines of these curves. And you'll start getting used to what they do, how the river of moisture reacts to a beam. How when you see a beam, it goes, bzz, and that stops, it vaporizes. It's no longer thick. It's no longer the same. And you see a tendril that then brings electricity from northern heaven to the other. And boom, full nucleation of a microwave burst in the ionosphere. With V-shapes right over the ships. What kind of ships would do that? I don't think I'm going to find it on here. Because it's about, I don't know what they're going to put up there. Spy ships. Images. You'll do to narrow this down. What kind of ships could do this? Big stuff with blasters in it. Where's the big, I'm going to type in one. I'm going to type in the one. They like to blame Chinese. They'll show the ship. This one. This one can do it, and it's seen all over the Pacific, and it's seen around the area, and it's the absolute nastito bandito of freight eddies. You guys always tell me about the SBX and all this. Oh, it doesn't allow me to. Okay, you don't like how I'm naming my files. It's got characters in it. How about just this ship ought to do? And these guys, look at all the stuff that's got in it. They can aim in all sorts of direction, and they got 3 of them. They could run wires between them with the antenna phased arrays at them and make you harp in the middle of a calm ocean, create the calm conditions, a total doldrum. Look at this thing. Look what they could do to you in the middle of the ocean. Look what can be done to you. Right? Don't tell me it can't be done. Don't tell me the tech don't exist. And don't tell me chem-bams ain't real, because I'll come right over here and show you them blowing off right now. Over Australia. I could show them right now. Over New Zealand. And I'm gonna. Why? Because if we don't show it, it goes unseen. And if it goes unseen, it's not seen. And well, what do you want to do? Not see or see? Not see? Not see? 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 Not see. We have to see what's going on. We got to confront the ugly truth. And this is as ugly as it gets. Jackasses pay for their own poison. Don't have the soul of a donkey. Yeah, don't be an asshole. Funkin' assholes. Ooh, bzz, look at the fryer going off here. Fryer there, chem bomb everywhere. Big going off the ocean, flow going this way, flow going that way. Something staying in position right here off the coast, and bombing away. Well, let's have a play with the keyboard in the lap, and I definitely am going to need a lap try. Chem bam, and bandy, bomb. We get really earwiggy. I've got a few good ones going. I can do boom, plum. Right? That's all it takes to that one. Robert, stop. He's gonna do it. You know it's coming. Look at that wave coming across. Boom. It's just a big high level of chem. You want to see some chem, man? Go over here to like Cairns. This whole corridor got smashed. Thousands of miles of chemtrails here. Thousands of miles of chemtrails. And this is the Great Barrier Reef, in case you give a fuck about like happy bubbling seahorses in beautiful creatures and laughing clownfish and under the sea, and Sebastian is being bastarded by the chembammers with your full skylashes here. Isn't that disgusting? Streamering Earth has a new cloud name, but you don't get a new planet suddenly for it to form on. So you know you're being lied to when you got the flim flam man comes to town with his snake oil, spit on his like Josie Whale, spit on his suit and say, "How's it on stains?" You know what I mean? Time for us to call out that there doodly squat. And it's a doodly squatting all over your sky here. Your sky used to be really, really nice, and now it's doodly squat. Yep, your skies was red hot and now they doodly squat. Boom, boom. Look at the plume here. Boom, 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 plume, 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 boom, boom. Right in the center. Emanation point, flower of death. Right there, into the square with the perfect triangle like a TRB right where I'm pointing. Is it possible? Absolutely. Hovercrafts exist. New technology is never released until the war shoots one down. Did they tell you about the U-2 spy plane before one of them was on the ground? No. So don't expect the secret things to be told to you, because you don't need to know. But whatever's being sprayed in our sky is every bit of stuff we need to know. You need to know. I need to know. We all deserve an honest answer to these questions that we all constantly ask. What exactly is in our skies? All we can do is tell you, look, the litmus paper test. In other words, we'll give the sky the litmus test, and it's showing acid rain of levels that preceded the 1971 Clean Air Act things we were protesting. And all the data going around there saying that it's a low level or normal is before the Clean Air Act was passed. You look at the data and where they say it's coming, but before you quote stuff to me. That's right. Because I'm telling you the truth. We have an acid rain problem unlike anything I've ever seen. The defoliation of the planet, the bitterness of the leaves, the soils, and the people themselves are becoming bitter for the acid. Now, we're not surviving this well. The coughs are not going away. We have absolutely irritated the death lungs that have been acidified, toxified from the toxiflyers in the skies. And we deserve an honest answer of how the hell to stop this shit. Who the hell is behind it? And stop letting philanthropists and private industry experiment over the top of us for what's the maximum way to kill our asses, so they can make mass money off us on our way out the door. The way out the door. Well, the door is open for massive change on this planet. The door is open for you to be the solution. It's called opening your eyes and look at your skies. The tiki has showed up and cooked straight. Oh my. I was like a totem. Look at this. Chem bombs going off in this square formation, very predictably, being done by our oppressors, who at every time they get caught, they pull the Steve Miller and go on, they take the money and run, and our skies go boom, boom, boom. Here is the story about a chem bomb and Foss and you. And then they're sitting drinking champagne while telling us, fuck you. Go get in your house, bang your pan and pot or two. That's right. You guys banged your pan and pot for your warden. How's that working out? You believe us yet that you could possibly be being poisoned if something terrible's going on, that your future's being taken away from you, and the whole how dare you of it all is just a shit show parade aiming you towards your own demise? As they watch the terrible skies looking over here that's over the beautiful natural lands of Australia, becoming the victim of human nature at its worst. Humane nature needs to descend upon this planet. Become an excellent human. Add the E for effort, put it on the end of human, and be a humane Homo sapien being, humane Homo sapien. And then therefore we can join the other symbiotic creatures upon this planet of which we rely for our sustenance, that we seem bent on controlling with a gate where they can migrate and they can't get out of the way of the floods because if a cattle baron puts up a fence that says gotta have a membership card to get inside. You ain't gotta have no membership card to get in here. You ain't gotta have no membership card to get in here. Remember that. You all remember. Always remember. And it shines in the sky here. When I look out in the oceans here over the Indian Ocean, you see the squareness. It's not a round, spinning, beautiful, vortexy, toilet fleshy. I see shit stay skies for you and I. With the chem bombs all the way into the center. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dash 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 dot dot dot. SOS. Maybe that's what the Schumann resonance is playing to the universe now. I'll help it. I hear it. I'll answer the call. Will you? Will you answer the call for our planet? Do you hear the mighty SOS yet? Were you ready to tell some things to kiss your ass for the mighty SOS? Are you going to tolerate the known about floodings well in advance that I've just told you guys are about to have a storm? So I'm going to call you days now. About 14 days from now, you're going to be in the thick of a very devastating storm coming over from Australia. And it's going to be cyclonic. I don't see the winds being the super duper highs as of yet. I'll do that determine. It depends how much snows fall here for the cold air to pocket down low here in the Tasman Sea. Where the Tasmaniacs, they love to have so much fun over the Frame Pine Island out here, excuse me. It was not bad mares. It was a really good piece of fish I had. My God, you poor folks. This is so sad. So sad. Are we still running? Am I talking to myself? Nah, it's still running. Wow. That's amazing. I'm going to keep going. All right, USA. Accumulations and attends. Turn off some of this confusion. They got all the different maps. All right, my half of the world. Hey, Iceland. How you doing there? It's going to be a bit icy over there. I bet you're getting some of those snows. Hey, just a little bit. Well, you know, they call it Iceland for a reason. Why do we have all freezers, refrigerators? There's a whole land full of ice over there. We ain't going to worry about that. But, you know, sharing is caring. And, well, in a caring world, there'll be a lot more sharing of information so we can unfuck this. But it's nice not to see blizzard conditions as we start to have the warmer weather. But now this means the real tornado seasons start to happen normally. And so I'll have to have a quick look at the pressures here in a minute. So I'm just going to do the Kamala Gartsagi season. You guys are getting crap and it's... Well, you got to fill up those wells they could use for their frackings out here in Oklahoma's okay. And you're in the Four Corners out here. Dry. Not so dry in the Rockies. It's happening not. It's happening not. Happening not. Happening not. That's happening. There's a lot of weather out there. How my Havelocks doing out here? The Havelockians down east. Where you get the nice calabash style seafood. Well, you want to have some popcorn shrimpies, so they got a style of making it down around this corner where I'm doing here. If you ain't had it, you ain't lived. I can make it though. Okay, so where I go, I can bring that with me. You see that? When I see a dip like that, you guys get tornadoes are going to be coming. The flow it's imminent. It's soon. It's on. Hang on. Let me look at something. All right, USA. Oh. Bum, ba, ba, ba. You're fucked. Ooh, my. Would you look at the gill here? Fucking now. There's a bad line coming through here, folks. This is a big one. Right. Oh, I ain't got my screens for this one. Not loaded yet. It's dangerous. I switch to the infrared. See what we got going on here. Got cam on the edge. All right, where's my next slab? Fuck. Hang on a minute. I gotta push something in. Let's see if we can see here. He's on it. He's on it. He's on it. I want, what I want is the next red. So give me another moment a second. Should give me up just because I'm a little out of practice with this one. I'm trying to find the next reds. There we go. Hey, it's the wrong area. I ain't done yet. This site here is a bastard to go through for me to get used to. It's been a long time. Let's see, if I'm beaming this storm, I need to hit this backside. I need to hit here, full on, full on, full on. Let's catch it right there. That should show me. Let's go. 96 images out the door. You guys are getting a treat. I don't normally open all my stuff up. This is off the top of my head here. Have it. Have it. Like I said, all this thing I use, a lot of stuff is publicly available. I use a computer, and I can do a show. Just off the top of my head. All right, what we got going on? Play, play, play. It's just a little too small. We done postage stamped ourselves. All right. Oh, I like that mag function. Well, you see the flat line? Definitely got a spin coming here, but nothing obvious. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the National. We need to beam there. Let's just give it a quick 48. Go half the number of images. You can go over here, select image numbers you want. You want an hour, you want the totals, presets, this whole stuff. You're going to have to play with this one. It's got a great slider, like right here. See the beams? Coming straight to. That's a bust. They're beaming a storm. Straight into the next red. They all point right at it. Every bit of it. Right? So we'll do another one. Let's go have another look. See if we can bust the storm. Geoengineering, a disaster in the United States right now. My home. Land that I love, don't chem bomb above her, because I love her. And I'll say fuck you if you fuck with her. That's right. Yeah, I can write my own song. A lot of times when you see, Billy Hayes taught me, when you see a little blast like this come across, sometimes a little tickle like that, you see if there's a highway right along here that's got a wind farm, little 5s and 7s, and they'll turn them and actually use them as impellers. Yeah, they're like a fan. And he's 100% correct. He taught me that. So watch where your wind farm corridor is through here that I know about. This is where local information comes to mind. And they always spring up there because I was saying it was a weird move. And Billy said, no. He says that was this. And I said it was that. We argued for about an hour. It was in North Lake. Donna couldn't believe it. She was in the background. If you look at her face when I kicked off. When we was done, we were both right. It was great. Yeah. It was great. I love Billy, man. I miss him. Yeah, the legend. Billy Hayes, the godfather of harp. He is, man. They burnt him all. They just square form to that next red. All right, let's get another one. I'm not seeing a definitive, huge, massive, oh my God, look at the gilt one. There'll be one. There has to be. There's a few obviousnesses that you have to do things to the outside edges of storms. This one's fueled. It absolutely is. I got a cut boundary on this one. Let's see what they got. See what's going on. Yeah, you see he's firing out. He said, that's a spark gap. I said, yeah, but it influences the weather. A potential for something to ground and make a big spark could be induced purposely. Don't I? Yeah, and I say that. I say it could be done on purpose. You see, oh, it's sustained. The spark gap should go away. It's sustained. It's a beam. It's energization of the atmosphere. Atmospheric perturbation by next radar wavelengths. That's going on right here. That's not a glitch. Yes, I've been proving to you guys for a long time. Enjoying this perk? Yeah, you got a link to that? Is there anything else you want? You want spaceships? Here, have it. Is there anything else I like it when I could do it like this. It's such easier for me. I don't have to have phone aim and screen bumpings and all that. And it's my absolute pleasure to help you guys. You know why? It is the way. We will win the war because it is the way. When I will be up all night to fix my internet because it is the way. Bzzz, who else is getting it? I want to track this storm. It's a bad line that's coming right through here. That's why I'm looking this one area. Now, they would have had to set it up. We'll go 200 images on this. This really takes a little longer to load. Not very long, actually. And the big question is, will I send the MiFi box back? I seem to be pretty satisfied. Well, you know, to have it in an emergency in case they turn this off at night, which I think they do. Look at the beam, see? Shooting in towards and aiming towards this mass of the storm, right? Creating a barrier, it has to go past that direction. It can't have naturally dissipated here. There's no open corridor for it. See the flash? Right where I'm pointing now. Bzzz. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Down here I'll have all your timestamps. Right down here. And I could just hold down my arrow key. And you watch the storms nucleate through it. Bit of fanning going on to the north. It'll be aiming toward the next station up. So I'm going to go north to this station now and have a look. Thunderstorm alerts from this area. 6 mile an hour wind speeds. It's passable. It's passable. It's passable. Over there in Kane. Tom McCain, sitting on that window pane, eating all his candy canes. Ooh, that one's pinned. This one has to be an owner. That one has to be beaming in a lot of directions. Your 4 cells going around it. Or do a prediction of what you're going to see. And see if you see it. See it? We will see what's going on. We will confront. Oh my. It's a full-on blaster. Nothing to nothing, beaming away. Wedges. Right, it's almost loaded. It's almost loaded, folks. Here comes the action. So it rained early in. Got a wake coming down to meet that one. All right, let's have a look at that part. Look at the beam. See it? Full on. I'm just going through the whole feed, holding it down. I'm holding her feet, man. There you go. Wow, look at that, eh? They have been defeated because we know. They have been defeated because we'll always remember what the world should look like. They have been defeated because they're cheat. And oneness takes apples from the greedy and gives those to the needy. And well, that's the way it should be. I mean, it shouldn't be the way it should beam, you know? There's a big difference. So you know that there's some badness is going on here, and they've been messing with Texas. This huge tropical flow coming off. There's a big band. I'm now going to be, it looks like it's about 6 hours out from Corpus Christi. With the word corpus in it. Look at the triple shot right through the center. I don't have it set up to show you individual radar pictures yet, in booming and pluming. But it's possible. Through some of my ones here I can. So let's see what other things I can make happen. And just because I haven't don't mean I won't. So while I got that up, we'll favorite that. And let's favorite this. I'm getting my screen set up, so bear with. Bear with. Alright, USA, USA, USA. Ooh. So let's find some sub-regional sections here. Let's go find this what they did to Texas. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on, motherfuckers? Ain't getting away with the sky crimes. War on the people's not the answer. It ain't. Hey, if I hit this and I go like that, ain't helping. I don't know, I'm just playing with new things, new toys. Come on, when's it gonna blast? Here we go. That's it, that's it, that's it. I mean, it went too far. It went too far, folks. Where's the slider for the bottom? Doesn't give me one. Okay, well, I tried it that way. I'll figure out how to zoom in on it later. There's got to be a way I can get an image that's better quality than this for you. But for now, this is what you get. You get what you get. Sometimes you get stuff and then you pay for it. That's life, isn't it? You see the spinner underneath the low deck on that? Yeah, you could see it. I don't like the visible one. I'm going to go with infrared for the vegetarians or veggie. I don't want the sunrise effect on it. It's too maybe too many frames. I'll go down 96. You see that EMF flow right down here? It's just pinned that moisture right there. That can't even come down. This line interacting with top's going to make this highly electric, like a dynamo, like the backside of that storm in New Zealand was. See that coming up underneath that, turning under that while it's turning down on top of it? That's a hell of a toroid they got going out there. A lot of wispy chem going in there, streamer from the Gulf of Mexico. God only knows what's in it. All we could tell is the soil samples and the hair samples of the world are not looking good. And when you start finding aluminum, as they call it in the United States, or aluminium everywhere else, is a processed ore that takes a processing plant like Alcoa Aluminum processes aluminum. You won't find it in Iraq, and you're finding it in your soils. So that says that there's a man-made process that has done it. And it's not going to be just the vaccine adjuvant, everybody urinating, because it's found in the trees worldwide. And that ingredient is also found in that. In some of them. What a shame, huh? Boy, they just want us dead. So as I'm going to look back now here, then we'll confront this. And see some of these other passive, that's a bad cell right here, coming towards Springfield. The Simpsons, ooh, Ash Grove, they came and chem-bombed away your sunny skies. Did you show up in Worldview yet? Have we get the use sign here? Have they been useful? Have they been considered you guys useful leaders today and giving you some sunshine? You need some sunshine. They chem-bomb you all the time, even night and day. Moonlight management. There's a chem-bomb fizzing up. Boom, 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 boom. You got a platform out here. It's doing its job. There's something else went out here. It did its job. Boom, boom, boom. There's a 4-star triple shot right there. There's a domino. Ooh. Oh my God, you got a Pegasus. Look at it. You the dragon head. You guys are fucked. The dragon. See the wings? My Imaginarium's loving this. Oh, my Imaginarium's going to start looking good now with a screenshot like this. Like, I'm going to go look at the quality after this. That's Louisiana, right? And this is Alabama, where Great Bow, Alabama is. Dr. Pepper's taking peas and Mama loving education. See the chemtrails all over the top of shit here that have not quite managed to be out of the feed, shadowing it up, taking sunlight away from phytoplanktons and things that need it, like us, and like our dogs and our cats, and the happy bubbling seahorses that clinging upon the edges of your mask like a sail under the ocean. What a fucking shame to look at these squares out here. This is not modern art. This is loopiness. This is loops. Loops. This is the deliberate poisoning, intoxication, dehumanization, transhumanization of my planet. There's another flying thing here. This is for the entity readers. Hey, how about that shit stay in Lake Herod? We were going to go look at Canada because I ain't going to forget about you guys, hey? They don't want you to take off, hey? Ooh. You want to see? You got some names? Here you go. Wickmimicong. Now we're pronouncing it fairly correctly. Look at that shit. This contrail did not dissipate. You see the black shadow that left from the sun? You might never have seen a sky and all you saw was a black line appear, but above it would have been a chemtrail causing the deliberate dissonant of ease. And somebody go, oh God, it's graphene. It's a shadow. At that particular moment, I can determine that spot. As I go along here at Acadian, I get a good shot of this crap over here. Up jumped the devil in a 6 with a dot, with the emanation points going out from it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Santa Maria, the Skyria. If we have verbal diarrhea for fucking goddamn salesman called Bill Gates leads to Skyria. Details at 11. Shit saying skies until you die, da 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 da. Really? It blows in Canada. Oh, some flames. Huh? There's some fires going on here. That's what fires look like. If like Ukraine was burning in all these cities, you damn sure be seeing something like this going on. But you don't. That's going to be a whole nother show. There's Mr. Bones. See the EMF wave holding the smoke alive? And a chem bomb right here. Boom, 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 boom. So you can use particulates to hold the smoke and move it. And a lot of chemical reactions will happen. And it'll take some, I'm sure something from space will tell them exactly what's in that cloud so they know what to add to it to make the excellent, the whole soylent green of it all, the Saskatchewans. You poor folks, man, you got burned out up there. That forest is fucked. The forest fucks. Spirit wood. Chemtrailed over the spirit wood. And the great spirit cries a great tear into my heart some mornings. But I will never mourn that which was never mine. The earth was never mine. I'm just here. But while I'm here, why sit and drink beer? And why shed tears without screaming why? As I look at these chem bombs in my skies. Look at that. Boom, 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 shooting off another one. The endless display of look at what I could do to the people. Look at how much cold and flu season stuff I sold. Look how much of it nose blowings and nose clearance and all this. My dog is sick and the Bill Gates logo marches on and on and on and on and on. Just like down here, and that philanthropist pays for this stuff. He absolutely does. And we pay for it with our health. As I'm down here through Mexico, in South America, the rainforest. Like bugs they've been sprayed. You didn't ask permission. Everybody sneeze and you go outside, try to have a breath of air, see the stars at night, and all you get is this haze. And it's all bitter, and you start coughing just from being out there from all this chem shit. As I look over my house, and I see the shit-stained skies, big ass stripe of crap going all the way from here to here. You want to see how long that is? Here, I'll do a measure it. Measures it. You want to see a rope of chem? Bringing hemispherical energy down. I'm just going to do a line measure. I'll go up right from that. And I figured it in. We'll just go right to that part. You know what? It's going 2,600 kilometers of electrical potential in a wire being drawn down into one spot. And the biggest tendril ends down here, where I focused at. So I can clear that. I want that to go away. I don't know why, but it has not. Remove measurement. Measures it. And it's just total toxified skies. That entire line, 2,600 miles of crap. Crap. Toxified skies. I'll tell you, it's been burning my lungs. It's hard. I'm over in this area of this clouded up shit. Between these two gaps between Preston. So we got a hell of an energy flow and a gap created between the two. And we got some rains coming as well. So I look here over Cardiff. Did all the planes in the world come by here today? Or is the checkerboard on the backs of the Welsh again? And you have to apply mouth to mouth sometimes. Look at this chem bomb crap over the Bristol Channel out here. Hey, this is what I have to put up with. You guys seen the pictures I posted today. It was nothing but criminal. Chem bomb, chem bomb, chem bomb, chem bomb. Results of chem bombs is how I feel today. This big rope of shit. It went all over the Oxfordians, even though it just stabbed it. On my university, we having riparian entertainment by the canal today. You know, something. Who knows? There's some hyacinth out there. Meanwhile, whatever they did here, it has an aluminum hydroxide look to it to me. And milked out on either side of where its chemical catalyst reactions was happening in the atmosphere, forming cloud nuclei, condensates, or water droplets. See the shadow of that one under that one? Shadow, chemtrail. Chemtrail, chemtrail. Electromagnetic frequency with catalysts in it. Boom, 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 boom. It's not all just plasma, plasma, plasma. You see the S. You know, I'm very correct about this. They chemical catalysts that help propagate the EMF waveforms that make into a plasma, but you can't deny the chem bombs. If you deny it, you are ignoring what I'm telling you to look into, which by proxy makes you ignorant. Schwedenborg, hey, greatest town, how is it doing? You want to see some Stockholm? Hey, it's over here. This is where I'm kind of looking. Stockholm's up here, right? That's where all the headquarters for PSYOPs, I guess, is. Yeah. There's big cages of Trump pansies here, ready to go. Ooh, 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 it's happening, happening, happening. I'm going bananas. Here we go again here. What the hell is that crap there? Big old EMF looking blasted old nasties. Blasted nasties playing with their toys, lizard tongue in it. Camilla goes for a fly. Yeah, very sphinxy. I don't like seeing that. And upon the magic spaceship it did ride, said the legend. From the fjordlands it came, and Beowulf ride, and Grendel was never satisfied. And that is all I have to say for today. Be you, be free, be oneness. Big love, peace.